Good evening, Mountaineer Nation, and welcome into the Mountaineer Effect right here on Geek Gorilla TV on YouTube. And before we get started here today, we'd always encourage you to like and subscribe to the page. We certainly would appreciate it. Go ahead and smash that like button. Hit that notification bell, let you know when we go live and when we have new content right here on YouTube. We certainly would appreciate it. Sam, my man, we've waited and waited and waited and waited some more, but it's finally here. It is game week. The Mountaineers taking on Maryland, 3:30 at Maryland, 3:30 this Saturday on ESPN. It's going to be a good game. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's about damn time and get the Mountaineers back on the field. Let's quit talking about conference bullshit that
Don't matter.
It's going to be up in the air for the next probably 2 years. So
yeah,
so let's get down to brass tacks and play a little ball.
Exactly.
And fortunately, they're taking on Maryland, which I think is a really good opening game for them to see where they actually stand.
I would definitely agree with that. And with that one, I would think that we would be I think it's going to be a very competitive game versus Maryland. I mean, they do have Tua's younger brother, which I don't know a whole lot about. I mean, if he's any good as half athlete as his brother, I mean, that could be a little bit of trouble for the Mountaineers secondary. But the Mountaineers secondary is going to be one of the stronger points of the team, as well as the defensive line. So I look for the defensive line in the game to provide some pressure against it. I don't know much about Maryland's defense, other than this is your standard. This is standard defense. I haven't really read. They don't have anything that really jumps off the page to me as well.
Yeah, I mean, really on all sides, it's a coin flip of a game. The over under, it's even. 3 points, it's even. Over under 56. The betting lines are split right down the middle, 50-50. So, I mean, you really are looking at a coin flip of a game. But I think what you're really going to see is two teams who are trending upward. Who's had the best offseason, who's made the best pickups, who's got the better coach. I think that's what you're going to see in this opening game.
Right. And I think that's where West Virginia could have the advantage of having a better coaching staff since they have been together longer, and it seems like they have a better cohesive unit as opposed to Maryland.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Maryland and West Virginia, their rivalry goes back years and years and years, really rivalry wise, in my eyes, they're right up there with Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh. I mean, it's somebody that they've always played hard and, they've always had some bad blood between them. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll see sparks of that too. I think the biggest parts of the game that is going to matter the most is, our receivers going to catch the balls. I mean, that's, I know all year last year we talked about catching the ball and we joked about it all season, but what it really comes down to is if they can catch the ball, Levy Brown's going to do his thing. If they can catch the balls and spread the defense out, I think they win by 2 touchdowns, would be my prediction. I think the defense is going to be better than people expect.
I think I would agree 100% with that because you got to think that if the receivers are catching the ball and Daggy has improved as everybody as we've seen in the offseason going through those camps that he went through. I mean, if he's anything improved over what he was last year, he was solid last year, but he still had some problems with throws to the boundary and stuff like that. And hopefully he has put some more as some videos that I've seen out there. I mean, it looks like he's put some more zip on his ball. And the receivers have said he's throwing a little bit harder in terms of his throws this year. So we shall see how that all trends out. Maybe that helps with the catching is throwing a little bit harder, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, it can. What gets me a little bit, is there's been so much improvement reported on Daggy that, now we'll actually get to see it. And, you hope that it's not hyperbole and you hope that it's not just talking points for the coaching staff. We'll actually, as fans, get to watch and see how much he actually has improved. And I'm kind of anxious to see that because I think depending on how he's improved, and how he's thrown to the boundaries is really going to determine how the season goes.
Right. I would agree with that 100% because, we're not really opening up with a cupcake, so to say. So we're going to have to hit the ground running. It's going to be, these first game jitters and things like that. It's kind of going to have to be out of the way, so to say, and hopefully that we won't have to deal much with that. But, just looking as a whole picture, I think, we're going to do really well in this game. I really do believe. I think I agree with you. I think we could, if we don't drop passes and we play our game, I think we could easily win by 2 touchdowns.
So, but it's exciting, getting back into it. College football,
it's something special.
Well, it is, and that's why it sucks that the landscape's changing so much, is because I'm hoping that it doesn't detract from the specialness that is college football. I hope that there's still some integrity and some, by the time all this plays out, some purity. Yeah. And exactly. I think that's what it really comes down to, is at the end of the day, we're all afraid that once everything plays out, it's just going to be another industrial machine that really don't matter. You know what I mean? That's not any more special than anything else. So
right, I would agree with that. But, so if you're looking at you're looking at the game as a whole, we both said it's going to be a coin flip and could go either way. So if we're going to go ahead and make a prediction like we always like to do, instead of the prediction, what is your keys to the game for the Mountaineers for a victory?
I think one of the major keys to the game for the Mountaineers is going to be establishing the run. Letty Brown is an athlete like we haven't seen in a while from the running back position, and they've got to get him going early on in every game, but especially in this game.
Right.
If they can establish the run, it'll open the field up for JERD, and then we'll be able to see all of this improvement that everybody's been talking about. And I think that's really the key to the game is establishing the run.
Okay. I would definitely agree with that as well. And another key that I'm looking at as far in terms of the game is no turnovers. Of course, that's a definitely key for me, having no turnovers. And I want to see if they can hold their composure if they were to get down in this game, and stay composed and stay, on track and stay according to the game plan.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not getting down early, or if you do get down early, keeping your composure. And that's another good one to bring up, is talking about turnovers. JERD takes care of the ball really well. So we have to hope that his throwing acumen that has improved in the off season isn't detracted by making a lot of stupid throws. Right. Because that is what you see sometimes, is the guy gets his confidence up and he's learned some new stuff, and then all of a sudden he's throwing some errant balls. So that is a big one.
Yeah. And not necessarily he turns into a gunslinger. Not necessarily that's a bad thing, but you got to realize when to be that gunslinger, and when to put touch on the pass, and when to do your thing there. That's my thing. So in terms of prediction, we had some keys there to the game. What are you saying is the final score of the game?
The over under is 56. I don't think it's going to be that high of a scoring game.
Not for a first week's game. I would agree with that.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe 28-17, 28-14, somewhere right in there. Maybe it could be a little closer than that, but I like the 3-point window, especially. I think the odds makers are dead on. I mean, it's coin flip.
I tend to agree with you with that one. I mean, I think we're pretty well on the same page on this one. I think we both see a win here, and I think it is a coin flip. I mean, I will give Maryland a little bit of flexibility since they are at home. I will give them a little bit of a break there, and I think the Mountaineers will find a way to put this game away. It'll be close into the fourth quarter, I think. and I think the Mountaineers will put them away in the fourth quarter. And I'm thinking 31-20 Mountaineers. That'll do it for tonight's Bond broadcast, the Mountaineer Effect, right here on Geek Gorilla TV. We want to thank you guys for joining us for tonight's broadcast, and make sure you like and subscribe right here on YouTube. It is Geek Gorilla TV, and also don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us if you haven't already. This is Mark, and this is my buddy Sam here for the Mountaineer Effect. Let's go, Mountaineers.